Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Plant Powered Runner. It must be 2 o'clock in Ontario, Canada. And I just want to say thanks for hopping on. Thanks for following along on this crazy journey. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, hopefully all is well with you guys. It's been a challenging time for all of you, or for me anyways. I've been struggling. I've been having a tough time with this whole not running, trying to recover, and it sucks. And anyways, it is what it is, right? So I am live on YouTube right here, and I'm also live on Facebook in our group in Facebook world. I'm trying to figure out how to kind of, trying to maximize where people watch things. So I'm just trying a few different avenues. So hopefully you can all see me. Oops, hold on. There we go. Hopefully you can all hear me and see me and everything else. If you've got questions, please ask, and I will do my best to answer them for you. This is like a first trial test I'm doing here, so I'm a little bit all over the place. So yeah, whatever questions you guys have, please comment. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Whatever's going on, right? This is a place where we can just sit back, have a drink, and just talk, and let's just kind of catch up on kind of what happened during the week, whether it's to do with running, whether it's to do with personal life, struggles you're encountering, whatever it may be. This is just a cool place for us to kind of hang and let's just kind of talk it out, right? So let's see who we got here. She's probably running. Hey, good to see you here. Nice to follow your journey as well. It's nice to see that you're getting back into your videos. It's good to see. It's nice to take a break every now and then, maybe come up with some new content, but it's always a challenge trying to figure out, the consistency. It's not an easy thing to do. It's like running, right? Making videos is just as hard as it is running, and sometimes it's even harder to actually put together, right? So so what do we got here? Let's see who else we have here. Cliff is here. Hey, Cliff, how are you doing, my friend? It's good to see you here. Cuddles is here from South Africa. Good to have you here. Clan is here. Good evening. There's a bunch of you guys. This is awesome. Yanis is here. We've got Linda is here. Wow, we've got everybody. This is good. So making videos is tough. Keep up the content. Yeah, it's not easy. And if you're watching on Facebook in our Facebook group, comment. Let me know what kind of what you've got ongoing as well. If you want to talk about a certain topic, whatever it may be, let me know. I'll certainly do my best to answer your questions as well. So again, I'm kind of switching between my camera here on YouTube and my camera here on our Facebook group. So again, I'm streaming in 2 different locations today, just trying it out to see how I can help everybody best, basically. Steve is in the house. What's happening, Steve? Good to see you. She's probably out running. Tell me about it. Yeah, videos. Okay, let's just talk videos, guys, because here's some things I'm learning. It's funny. I watch a lot of videos in the evenings. I don't have cable TV, so kind of when everyone goes to bed or goes off to do their own thing after we've had family time, I kind of tune into a number of videos that are or YouTube personalities that I like to watch. And when I'm watching them, I'm always learning about new things, about just something that I haven't seen before, right? And I'm like, well, how would that apply into my content, and how would that work? And so I started thinking about all these different things. And anyways, it's always a challenge trying to figure out where you're going to go with your video production, because again, it is a process, and I'm posting out twice a week. And there's even been chatter in my head during the evenings that I may actually do a Freestyle Friday type of thing where it's kind of, I don't know, it's all up in the air. So I don't know. We'll kind of see what may come of that. But again, I'm always trying to be better, trying to give you better content and trying to mix it up as well, right? Because I don't want it to be stale. I want you guys to learn things, but yet I want you to be entertained at the same time, right? Because like I said, I enjoy your comments. I enjoy, actually, guys, to be quite honest, I really enjoy the comments. Like the more that you guys comment on the videos, I go into this space where it's like, wow, this is awesome. I'm able to connect with another human being across the world. And I love learning from you guys because I learn just as much from you guys as I think you guys learn from me. And that's kind of the what I've created because I wanted it to be that way, right? So it's kind of a neat way of looking at things. But anyways, it's always fun. It's always fun. Ultra, hi from Finland. Wow, we got Finnish in here now too. Actually, this is, in this regard, Dave, how long does it take you to usually film and edit your videos? Okay, that's a very, very good question. So for me, when I film, I typically have an idea of what I want to film on. And I'll do my research. I'll figure out the topic that I want to talk about. I'll kind of have like this bullet point script that I want. Sometimes it's only like 2 things on the piece of paper, and it's just to kind of keep me in tune, right? So it's either I'll take this piece of paper with me and I'll tape it to the side of my GoPro or my iPhone or whatever I'm filming with that day, and I'll literally carry it with me, and it's stuck to the monitor or whatever, right? And so I'll look at that to kind of keep me in track. And then as I go through the video, I'm kind of talking it through. There's also certain points of the video where I'm trying to take the location of where I am and then transition to another area, right? Because I want to keep you engaged. I mean, listening to me talking as a bobbling head, I mean, it can get really, really old, right? It's not, I don't know. It can get boring and stale. And I don't want you guys to tune away, right? Like I want you, like your time is precious and I don't want to waste your time, right? So I want it to be the best content that I can produce on that particular day. So I'm always trying to get to the point, but I'm also trying to interweave a little bit of my personality into it. So some of it's improv, right? Some of it just kind of happens. And then other times it's like, oh, I want to talk about this. So I'm going to walk or I'm going to run or wherever I am, and I'm going to go over to this location next. So the longest it's taken me to make a video is a couple of days. Okay. Sometimes it is like, bang, I can go out for a run and I can nail the whole entire video while I'm out for an 1.5 hour run. Or sometimes it takes a little bit longer, like I said, and it's like days worth of work. Like when I did my ultra marathon, yes, I filmed it all that day, but putting it together was like, man, it was like, I think a week or a week and a half process to put that documentary together. So some videos are quick, some videos are not so quick. And during that whole entire time, I'm always keeping you guys in mind to make sure that the message comes across coherently and I don't try to steer off too much, but yet at the same time, try to add some funny aspects to it, some, I don't know, interesting things so you don't get too bored, right? Because really at the end of the day, that's what you are coming to tune in. You want to learn something, you want to be entertained. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be able to provide that for you. So yeah, sometimes it can take days, sometimes it takes hours. The editing process can take anywhere, again, it all depends, but it can take anywhere from, I'm going to say about 2 to 2.5 hours on the low end to all the way up to maybe, 4 or 5 hours on the upper end. Again, it all depends if the computer crashes. If the computer crashes, it sucks. I got to start from scratch and it's not fun. So I'm always trying to figure out ways to make the editing get faster, but it does take a lot of my time in the evenings after work's done, after family's done, and I'm just trying to put it together. So like I said, sometimes I sacrifice sleep and that interferes with my training. Sometimes I'm able to space it out throughout the week so it doesn't affect my sleep and it doesn't affect my training. It just, again, it's a process is what I'm trying to say. And I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better at it. And that's really what it comes down to. All right, I'm just going to go over onto our Facebook group here. There's a couple of people who are asking questions. So let's just kind of come on here. So people are asking, David, how is my knee? My knee is feeling, I keep saying, I feel like a broken record on this, but my knee feels better. I was out for a walk the other day. When I filmed, when I filmed the video for today, I was out walking and it was fantastic. I was out there for an hour and a half. It felt really good. Got a lot of kilometers in and all that was great. Yesterday I did a lot of driving for work. So I was kind of stuck in my little tin can of a car driving around, not really moving so much. So I kind of stiffened up a little bit. And then this morning I just got to stretch out, roll out the knee. It's getting better. It's getting better. Guys, I just realized, I was wrong in my video. It's not 4 weeks, it's 5 weeks, right? January 26th was the last run I did. No wonder this whole thing is killing me here. Like, oh my gosh. So I know it's been a process, but yeah, the knee is getting better. So there's no doubt there. Janie is saying on Facebook here in our Facebook group, hello everyone from Denmark. Couldn't run today, so went for a long walk. That's awesome. It's so good that you're able to do that, at least get out and do what you can to be physical and everything else, right? That's always a fun thing to do. Who else we got here? Joe is from Ireland. Hello, David. Alan is in the house as well. So Alan's from Spain, and he's saying, hey, David, Alan from Spain here. I've managed my second run, still slow. Have found chi running helps with my cadence. Like your videos. Awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Chi running, that's awesome. So I look at chi running and I look at chi running, Maffetone, and what's the other running? Oh, and nasal running. You tie all those three together and you've got a really nice mix of training. So I like to kind of add all of that in to one big bundle. And when I start running again, I'll actually put together a video on that with how I intermix all of it. So anyways, I will be doing that. So for sure. So let's go back over here to YouTube now. What do we got going on here? Fred is in the house. Fred, nice to see you here, man. So just back from 12 miles. Awesome. And as a shameful plug, as Fred would always say, hey guys, if you like the video, please hit the like. It really does make a difference, and it's free to do. Okay, shameful plug out of the way. I said it because I know Fred was going to say this. Cindy, hey Dave, watching from Plymouth, UK with my husband. Oh, hey, what's your husband's name, Cindy? Oops. I need a better setup, guys. I've got my iPhone kind of leaned up against my screen of my laptop, which is on a cat stand, which is on a box, which is in front of my window. Anyways, long story short, it's a big mess. Oh my goodness. What do we got here? Who else do we have here? Hendrik from Denmark, watching while washing running gear for next week. Yeah. Okay, my running gear, okay, and look, we're all runners here. All of our stuff stinks. It's awful. It's not a nice smelling environment. My family, they've relegated me. I can't hang my stuff up in the laundry room anymore. It's actually now down on the landing going down to the basement. Like our basement's not finished, so it's no big deal, but I put it down there, and that's where my running stuff kind of goes. So, yeah. Anyways, it is what it is. What do you guys use for a brand of like soap, like dish detergent, or not dish, like washing detergent? Like, what do you guys use? I forget the brand I use. It's downstairs in the laundry room, and I forget what it is, but it works really, really good. I should say really well. Where are we here? Okay, just getting to the question. Getting to the questions. Wow, sorry, I talked for a little bit here. Sorry. Just getting back. Linda said, I got stuck for a while watching Victoria and Albert's museum videos a while back. There is so much content in the world. You know, there is a lot of content in the world. And look, it's our eyeballs gotta go wherever, right? And I find I'm pretty religious with who I watch. So I've got on my subscription feed everyone's videos, like, or all the people that I want to watch. I make sure that I don't just hit the bell, right? Because here's the thing that most people don't understand about how all these videos get served up to you. So you as a consumer, you as a viewer of content, like myself as well. If I want to make sure that I subscribe to someone to get their content, you subscribe. But not only that, you need to also hit the bell. But not just the bell, but you want to get all the notifications. So you have to click the bell and then hit the top one where it says all. Now, after you've done that, not only do you have to do that, but if you want to be an active viewer and to make sure that you get those people's content, you have to like their comment, like their videos, like each video that comes up, you comment on their video, or you go ahead and you can share their videos to your social media, right? You got all those different options. And when you do that, you are known as an active viewer and a participant. Because when you do that, then YouTube says, hey, wait a minute, this person likes these videos, likes this person, likes this YouTuber. Let's make sure that we serve this content to that person. And so, because sometimes I know what happens to me is I get lost in all of the subscriptions that I've subscribed to. And then all of a sudden, I'm not seeing anyone's content that I wanted to see. So I've had to go through my subscription feed and figure out, well, which are the ones I'm not seeing anymore. And like a lot of these I subscribed to years ago. So I kind of go through a list and say, okay, this is good, this is good, this is good. And then I start making sure that I comment on those people's and like those videos, because otherwise I don't see them. So if you're not seeing my videos all the time, that could be why. So that's why liking, commenting, sharing, all those things is super important, because again, YouTube goes, oh, wait a minute, this person likes this person's content. Let's make sure that they don't miss an episode or something like that. That's how it works. So Cuddles said, Fred, did you click like? This was an ongoing joke from last week, guys. So if you didn't tune in, Linda said that she checked my logs and realized I just reached 3 months of MAF. I wasn't very consistent at first. So right now I'm working on more days while walking MAF each week. MAF takes time. Yes, MAF takes time. And I'll tell you, it is what it is. And look, I'm the type of person, I like to race. I like to be competitive. I get that. And a lot of us do. But I also recognize that I want to be in this for a long time. I don't want to get injured. And it's funny. It's not funny, but it's kind of ironic that I'm saying that I don't want to get injured, because I am injured and it's been 5 weeks and I'm pulling my hair out. Well, as much as I can pull, it's getting a little lighter up top. But the thing is at the end of the day, I want to be able to run longer. I want to be able to run more ultras. I want to run my 100-mile run that I want to do this year. So there's things that I can do. So that way I am staying, I don't know, less prone to injury, let's say. And the reason I got injured is because I came back too fast. I had tight quads. I wasn't foam rolling as much as I should have. I wasn't stretching. I wasn't doing all those things I should have been doing. I just ignored them. And when you ignore them, you end up in the injury box for 5 weeks. So don't do what I did. So learn from me. Learn from my mistakes. All right, so let's take a question over here on Facebook group. Where are we here? A lot of people came in. Hold on. Where are we? So Joe was saying, got to be patient with MAF training. For 125 has me walking. So going to stick with it for 3 months with a view to build up. Hold on a second. I got to see this more. See more. Building up speed. Race walking had, oh my gosh, he had a rate. had a lung removed due to secondary cancer. Joe, oh my gosh, man, I hope you're doing better, man. That's awful. Oh my gosh. Well, get better soon, my friend. Janie says, I use sports. Oh, that's the stuff that you use. Sports Rodolin in the fabric softener compartment. So I don't know my running gear smells that bad. And Matthew Dre is watching on Facebook here. All right, going over to see Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube now. So Fred goes, obviously I do. Yes, you do, Fred, and you definitely helped me out. So thank you. Okay, wait a second. I'm gonna have to move this around. I can't see the questions. I gotta figure out a better way for this to be. I don't know if you can see me better on that one angle here. All right, let's get back. Did anyone did the 4x4 48? I didn't. I haven't been running. Linda says you do well edited videos. IMO Dave. Great scenery and also great advice and motivation. Thanks. I appreciate that, Linda. Yeah, I try. Anyways, it's not always easy. Linda, how much would you increase your running by MAF training? I ran 30K this week, which is my second week on MAF. Losing weight inches, just need to be patient to get quicker. Still walking a lot. Look, walking is not a bad thing, right? Walking is a good thing. And in time, you will get better, right? You will be able to go further. You'll be able to go longer. And again, it just all depends on how long you've been running for or walking for, right? We each of us has a backstory, right, to how long we've been running, and all the other jazz that goes along with it. So I like to kind of build up, 10 to 15% each week, sometimes even more. Just all depends on where I am in my training. MAF is not so much of a stress on your body as anaerobic training is. So I tend to be able to build a little bit quicker with MAF, but again, it's still a stress on the body. So don't ignore your rest days. They're super important. Now, if you're walking, that's maybe not such a bad thing. I mean, I don't know if you really need to take a rest day from walking, but maybe you do. Just all depends. Everyone's different. Thanks for answering. Yes, of course. She's probably running. Linda. Cindy, I would guess that if you watch how your heart rate reacts and you add time and distance, that is what should guide you in your increase, or at least that's what I'm doing. Yeah, at the end of the day, everyone's different, and how you respond to the training is going to be different. So again, it really comes down to each of us. We're our own best experiment, really, what it kind of comes down to. That running guy says, hey, Dave and everyone, good to see you here, Chris. Chris, hopefully you're doing well. I know that you set 2 PRs this week, which is really super awesome. But just make sure you got those rest days in, man. I know what it's like. You don't want to burn out, but you just want to have fun at the same time, right? So at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Linda has got a little smiley cat face going on. Cindy's saying thank you. Linda's going back with awe. Not running is tough. Yes, it is tough not running. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna have to move this over here again. Sorry, I keep moving things around. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this in my setup. Fred says, hey, Chris, your videos are getting better and better. Yes, they are getting better and better, Chris. It's good to see. Well, the thing is it's kind of like running, right? The more that you run, the better you get. The more that you make videos, the better you get. The more that you cook, the better you get. It's the more that you do the thing consistently, you get better and better and better at it. And the thing is you have to be a storyteller, right? Trying to convey a story, to make a point. It's not easy, right? So what Chris is doing with his channel, it's not easy, right? What I'm doing on my channel, it's not easy, right? She's probably out running. She's doing hers. Run the Planet. He's doing his. Look, we've all got our challenges while we're trying to make videos. And really, at the end of the day, it comes down to your personality and what you're going to put into it. And at the end of the day, for me, it's like, how many lives can I impact? How many people can I reach and be able to spread some happiness, spread some joy? We all need to have that in our life, right? And sometimes I'm a joker. Sometimes I get serious. Sometimes I get into this motivational spirit. We're all our own people, right? So every channel's got its own vibe, right? It's got its own feel to it. So everyone kind of gravitates to where they need to go. Linda says, need to figure out something for my hamstrings today. Left one is so very tight and I don't know why. PT, physiotherapy. That's what I would do. Physiotherapy is so super important. I'm going to tell you that straight out. And I will always tell that straight out, because after going through 5 weeks of not running, now I haven't been going to physiotherapy for 5 weeks. I've been going for 3 weeks. So this whole process, why are my hamstrings so tight? Why are my quads so tight? Physiotherapy really, really helps get things moving, and it'll really help. It'll also show you some imbalances that you may have, Linda. So you may want to try that out. Anyways, that's just some of the thoughts that kind of hit. That running guy, Chris, says, thanks, Fred. I appreciate it. Well, of course. I like how everyone here is so friendly, so engaging. So, I don't know. It's just such a great bunch of people we got here, right? I just love it. Oops. Cindy was saying, hubby is called Nigel. Hey, Nigel, how are you, man? Good to have you here. Cliff says, Chris, just to second what Fred said, found you through Dave's live stream and really enjoy your content. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I love. I love how we can kind of connect, right? From person to person, and we all have something that we can give somebody else. And our videos aren't that long that we can go ahead and we can consume the content. Like some of my videos are only 10 minutes long. Some of them are 15. I've got like 3 or 4 that are maybe 30 minutes, like documentaries type of thing, right? So it's easy enough to fit in throughout the day. So I just love this. So very, very, very cool. Love to see that. Eric, hey Dave, the second last video was super motivational. I watched it while running on the treadmill. Rocky feel. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying. I love Rocky. I think it's an awesome. I love it. I love Sylvester Stallone's movies. I think they're very motivational. Now, I'm not a big boxing fan per se, like real boxing fan, but boxing movies, I don't know. There's something about it. I don't know if it's the training, the movement, the music that plays, but it kind of gets me right into the theme of it. And there's always a good, happy feel at the end of, the message or whatever, right? And I think that's what I don't know. I just kind of really enjoy that. So I don't know, but it's cool. So thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Linda says, so funny. Your video setup description. Yeah, my video setup description is crazy, right? Like, honestly, I'm going to take a picture of my video setup and I'll post it on the community tab, because honestly, I don't know how I wouldn't be able to do what I do without what I've got set up right now. It's crazy when I think about it. Oh my gosh. Chasing Mountains. Hey, good to see you here, man. Watching from Hamilton. Being off Strava for a while, but training hard. I did a 20K today and feeling great. Miss you, man. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Like, it sucks that I've been off as long as I have. We'll all get together. We will all start running. I don't know, man. It just takes time. It takes time. It's nuts. I wish I wasn't injured, but it happened to me for a reason, something that I needed to learn, and I take every day like that. Now, here's the thing, guys. I do have, wow, okay, on Facebook, man, I look like so, okay, that's better. Hold on. My face was so, the coloring wasn't so good. So I think there's something to be learned, and I have my good days and I have my bad days, and I'm not ashamed to share when I got bad days, right? Water just went everywhere. I'm not ashamed to share my bad days, because I think that's what makes us all human, right? And, sometimes you hop onto Instagram or you watch videos and you think that these people are all sunshine and rainbows and life is good, but it's not. Like, it's a face that people put on. And I find the more these videos that I do, the more of an audience that I have, the more authentic I am becoming, and sharing the good, the bad, the ugly with all of you guys just makes me a better person. And just like, we're not alone, like we're not the only ones struggling in our environment, right? Like, we are all going through our own issues, regardless of whether it's financial, whether it's physical, whether it's the mental side of things, whatever it may be, right? Family dynamics, job promotions, job demotions, layoffs, whatever it is, we're all going through these things. And I'm just here just to say, we're all in this together, regardless of where we're from and our different backgrounds. So that's why I love you guys. And I think it's such a great community. You guys are so interactive, so supportive in so many different ways. So it's really cool that when you guys tune in, you're able to share a little bit of you. And I appreciate that a lot. So anyways, I just needed to say that. I was thinking about that the other day while I was out running. I'm going to go back here, make sure I get everyone's comments in here. David Cook. I also just tuned in from North Essex, England. 5 weeks into MAF training. Really enjoy your videos. Thanks so much, David. Appreciate that. So you're into it for 5 weeks. You've been running the whole time that I've been sitting on the sidelines. George, by the way. Yes, I know, George. I know. I miss you too, buddy. I miss you too. We'll be running together soon, my friend. We will be at some point in time. Hopefully things are going well, because I know, George, and I don't know if you want me to tell you this. Well, I'm saying it anyways, because no one really knows you, but I think you were going to be doing some courses, getting into the military. Anyways, I think that's what you were doing last time we spoke, which was back in September. Oh my gosh, it's like so long ago. Anyways, Linda says, I found Laundry Pod for workout gear. Seems to work pretty well. I forgot the brand. It could be from Tide. We all got our brands, right? Here's the cool thing. We all have brands from around the world, and it's all different, right? All the brands are different. And it's crazy because here in North America, you get the standard ones like Tide and, I don't know, Clorox or any of those other ones. I can't even remember because I don't even pay attention. But I've got some natural ones that I've used to get the smell out of things, and I can share that maybe on maybe I'll do a video on that. I don't know if anyone really wanted to watch it. Let me go back to Facebook here because a couple of questions came in. Nigel says, hey David, I'm Cindy's husband. Nigel, been running a while and have recently decided to try MAF. This week I did 3K, or I did 3 kilometers at MAF and 1 quick 5K run. Is it okay to mix fast with MAF, or should I just stick to MAF for now? Niles, what I would do is I would stick, and again, depends on what you want to do, what you want to achieve. If your goal in this whole training is to build a base, ditch the speed, don't do anything. Just train by heart rate and build your aerobic zone. But if you're the type of person who's going to find that really boring and you may not stick with it, maybe do an 80-20, 80% MAF and then 20% anaerobic, throw in like a tempo, maybe a couple of tempo runs, threshold runs, maybe do some work on the track if there's no snow and you're in summer, wherever you are in the world. So again, it just all depends on what it is you want to achieve. Ideally, I look at it this way, and I've said this before, build your foundation, right? If you're a home builder, you don't start working on the kitchen until you pour the foundation and got the first level put on, right? So it's a process. So we don't have races to run. So let's just go back. Let's build the base. And once we've built the base and you start to plateau, then add in some speed work for a month, and then go back to just full MAF, see if you've improved. And if you have, then continue to do that and just keep working at it. Or like I said, if you get bored, just go ahead and do 80-20. Just all depends on what you want to achieve. Hopefully that answers your question. Whoops. Nicole, good to see you here. Oh, hold on a sec, Nicole. My gosh, I can't even do two things at once here. Nicole was saying, physiotherapy can also be part of your prevention routine. They can provide a gait running analysis and help you out so you don't get injured. Yes, I agree absolutely 100%. Thanks, Nicole, for that. I know Nicole, by the way. She's a friend of mine. It's awesome. So yeah, I mean, we all have different things that we're all trying to do. How is this working out with the whole Facebook and YouTube? I'm just trying to figure it out, guys. David from Cape Breton, love the channel. Thanks, David. I appreciate it. Thanks for the love. It's always nice to hear these comments. I do my best to put out good content. So thank you. It means a lot to me. Cindy says, I use Surf Topical Lily and Lindor Sunshine Softener, which makes it all smell divine. Very cool. Now, Cindy, I think you're from the UK, right? I think you're from the UK. I believe you are. Hopefully you are, because then I look like an idiot. I do try to pay attention. There's just so many people to remember. David Cook says, I tuned in last week, but unsure of the time difference in the UK and only caught the last 30 minutes or so. Well, you caught me today. This is perfect. And for any of you guys who are watching, who aren't in our Facebook group, you'll be able to click in the comments in the description below, and I'll let you into the group, and you'll be able to see again when I'm going live, and I post things and people are helping other people. The conversation continues on over in that location. So just wanted to let you guys know that as well. Linda, delicious sounding. Cindy, when I will have to look for those. Conrad, greetings. Out from the bathtub, just back from a windy sunset walk jog in beautiful Dresden. Very cool. KK, awesome. Good to have you here. I clicked before my first comment. So, okay, here's something that I've noticed, and I don't know, I'm going to make an apology on behalf of YouTube, because I've noticed this in the last 6 months. There's been people that comment, and all of a sudden I see the comment pop up, but before I can reply, the comment's not there. So I'm able to read half of the comment, and then the comment's not there. So either you've commented and then removed it for whatever reason, which is perfectly fine, or YouTube for some reason has deleted it, and I don't know why. So anyway, if that's happened and if I haven't gotten back to you, that's why, because I don't know where the comment went. And that it's bad to say it. It's just, that's what happens. So the whim of the technology, I guess, at the end of the day. Nice work, KK. That's what Linda replied back. Fred, David, do you have any plans when fully fit to work out your own max heart rate, lactate threshold, and therefore a MAF number? Yeah, actually, Fred, very, very good question. I will be at some point going to a lab to get tested because I want to know where I'm at. So that's possibly in the works. I have to find a place in Ontario. If any of you people from around the world are tuning in, but you're from Ontario, let me know, and if you know of a lab that I could go and get tested at, that would be awesome. Specifically, like staying in the GTA area, like Toronto, Hamilton, Mississauga, somewhere kind of Oshawa, kind of somewhere in that belt would be great, because I'd love to know, because I haven't been able to find a place yet that would be able to do a whole makeup for me. Now, I may also go out and work out what my maximum heart rate is. There's a number of ways that I can do that, and I'll probably do a video on it at some point. But yeah, Fred, there's definitely some thoughts in my head that I'm thinking of doing. So yes, for sure. Kay, hello from Germany. Many greetings from beautiful Dresden. Wait a second. Is this the second person we have from Dresden, maybe? Anyways, nice to have you here. Very, very cool. Kay says, I tore my ACL and meniscus about a year ago and was wondering if I should still try to pursue collagen or collegiate running. I don't know. I would say you need to talk to your doctor, talk to the specialist, and see what they say, because a lot of people have had injuries. I've never had a torn meniscus or ACL. I never had anything like that. So I'd seek out the professionals and see what they say. Maybe if anyone else is being injured like this, maybe they could comment, because unfortunately I don't know how to answer your question. That's what I'm trying to say. Seek out the professionals for sure, but don't give up. Don't give up, because I'm sure it will all work out in the end. She's probably out running. Greetings from Brennan. Very cool. You guys are all over the place. Michael, Dave, do you reroute? Hold on a second. I got another screen in the way. Dave, do you rotate running shoes models, or do you stick with one model or even one pair? I stick with the same brand typically. I rotate between my road shoes, which is my Ultra Torn 4s, and my Ultra Superior. Think 2s and 3s. I switch between, but it's pretty much all kind of the same brand is who I'm with. Hopefully that helps. And yes, I do rotate. It just depends on whether I'm running on the road or whether I'm running on the trail. And yes, I've got more than 2 pair of my road shoes, so I rotate every couple of days with those. Anyways, yes. Cliff says, I picked up the Stride Pod, so I am a nerd heaven right at the moment, looking at all the stats. Anyone using power for MAF rather than heart rate? If so, any tips? So here we go. I have been looking at power for my MAF training, and it's been a very interesting correlation, Cliff, between heart rate and power, because power is really fascinating when you compare the two of them. And I haven't done a video on it yet, but there's good data between the two. Like with my Kuros watch, I can measure power with this. I don't even need a foot pod. Now, I don't know exactly the accuracy and everything else. And again, I'm still learning. But yeah, there's probably a video that I'll probably put out talking about that, because I found that very, very fascinating. Because when you run up a hill and when you're running down a hill and then you're running the flats, your power fluctuates. It's all over the place because of the terrain that you're running on. It's very interesting the way that correlated with my heart rate, because my heart rate would be going up as I'm going up a hill as well. So anyways, it's interesting times as to what it all looks like, right? So I know that probably didn't answer your question, but just to let you know that it's something I am looking at. Hold on one sec here. So Linda was saying, on my YouTube, I get to choose between live comment or top comments. So maybe that's something to look at. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Michael says, I used the Stride for a whole year in the past, but tossed it. I didn't learn anything from the extra data, and the heart rate didn't, that the heart rate already didn't tell me. Good point. That's interesting. I'll have to, I'll have to dive into my data, and I'll have to take a look to actually see if there was any difference, because I got to go back on my running journal, because so the way I look at things is I'll take my running journal, I'll take a look at Strava, I'll take a look at my Kuros data, and I'll do a comparison as to, and I know my route, and so I'll try to find something in that run, figure out if it was helpful or if it wasn't. So anyways, I'm not too sure because I haven't tried it yet. Like, I've done the run, but I haven't actually dived into the data to see. So she's probably at running. I think Kafuzi is quite avid about running using power readings. Yeah, he did a video on that a little while ago, and I forget what his results were at the end of it. I'd have to watch it again. Chris says, Michael, I use it mainly for Zwift. The other stuff is a bonus, other than ground contact matrix that I need for medical rehab. Long story. Yeah, we all, like I said, we're all individuals. We all need certain data for different things, which I think is really cool when you really think about it. You mix it all up, right? So you do what it is you got to do, and figure out what works and what doesn't. So yeah. So what else is shaking with you guys? Actually, I want to share with something. Oops, my Facebook one just disappeared. Sorry about that. I have a book here. So this is called the Feed Zone Portables. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. I'll hold it up. This is a great book, right? It's a whole book on recipes, on things that you can use or you can take out with you when you're training. I actually was going to use some of this, some of the recipes from this book in my running when I did my ultra marathon, and I'll probably do it for my 100 miler. But the recipes in here are fantastic. They look awesome. I've tried a few of them. They taste really yummy, right? They taste really good. So yeah, I would. If you've got the book, great. Maybe go to the library. Maybe they'll have it, or just go out and buy it. But it's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. Feed Zone Portables. It's one of the books that I've been kind of going through lately. I'm trying to use this time for to kind of plan out my 100 miler. Now I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it happens this year. Just each week goes by, it's 1 week I'm not training, and so I just don't know what's going to happen. But I'm using the time to actually dive into all of these things to figure out my nutrition, come up with routes, come up with all this stuff. I've made some changes to where I may be running. I'm just going through all kinds of different stuff because I'm just not too sure where all of my training is going to lead me. Just not too sure, really, is what it comes down to it. So I will, that's what I'm using my time for at the moment, because since I can't run, I got to exercise. I got to exercise something. So I'm exercising my mind. Yes, I'm walking, but I got to exercise something else, right? So use the time to come up with other ideas as to what I can consume. But I just hope we can all just get back into our races sooner than later. I know I'm probably not going to race until maybe next year, once everyone's had the vaccine and allowed it to, everything to kind of start to reopen, be back to normal. But that's kind of where my head's at these days. Don't really want to get into a race situation and then end up, getting COVID or anything like that, right? So it's never any fun. So I'm just looking at a comment that came in from Peter. Peter's a friend of mine. Where is he here? I got to read sideways. I measured time and hence my erratic distance hugged like 23 kilometers. Yeah. So I have friends in different fashions here. Hold on a second. Where did I go? Sorry, Facebook land. There we go. There we go. Sorry. You guys disappeared. It's hard monitoring all these different things. I'll figure it out. So what else are you guys, what's going on in your world, guys? What else is happening? Is things starting to get a little bit better in the UK? I hear good things in the UK, that things are people are getting vaccinated faster and faster, and hopefully things will get back into a normal state of affairs, I guess. That's what I'm seeing on the news anyways. I know in the US, it's you guys are vaccinating quite a few people right at the moment, but there's still a lot of, a lot of people still getting sick and dying from this thing. So I don't know. My heart goes out to everybody, man. It just sucks. Michael was saying, I get ground contact, vertical ratio, left, right, balance, etc. from my Garmin heart rate strap. Very cool. But stop looking at all those as well. I guess, sometimes too much data comes out your way and you just don't know how to like take it. And it's kind of like deer in the headlights. It's like, I can only handle so much. And then you just tune off. It's like, I can't watch anymore, or I can't look at all of that because it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. Michael was saying, for improvement of running form, I would ask somebody to film me. That tells me more than a number. Yeah, I get my daughter to film me from time to time, or I'll set up my camera and I'll run by it. But when I run by the camera, I run by it like different times, right? So sometimes I'll run by, if I want to see what my form looks like at, half a marathon, I'll make sure that I've set it all up. I'll get my daughter to come out and she can film me and see where my form is, see if I've broken down, or still see if I'm running well. Because I know the longer you run, your form will change as you get tired, especially if you haven't been working on your core muscles, because the core is what keeps you stabilized, upright, and everything else, along with all the other muscles. So again, don't neglect strength. Don't do what I did, because it happens. It happens. Marie says, still in lockdown, hope things improve soon so we can get past the, is that 51 limit? Is that like 51 people, or is that a 5? Is that 5K? Oh, a 5K limit. Does that mean you can only, Maurice, does that mean you can only go 5K from your home and then back? Because that's real lockdown. Like that wouldn't work for me. Like I'm an essential service worker. Hence real estate. People go, how can real estate be an essential service? But when you've got people who have sold their house and they're in the midst of all of a sudden now in lockdown, they have to buy a house. So we've been classified as 67 out of the top 100 essential services. So yes, I take it extremely serious. And I do everything to keep my clients and everybody else safe. So I follow all the procedures that we are told to follow. And but we're allowed to go further than, I can drive pretty much anywhere, but no one really keeps us into a particular area. Yeah, 5K radius, really, that's what it is. So does that mean if you get stopped, if you're outside of that 5K radius, you can be fined? Because we don't have that here, not that I'm aware of. Cliff says, I still like the numbers. Have done filming my gait with neuro rehab folks, but when you're working around neurological damage, a good measurement helps a lot. Data point to work on. Very good. Cliff, I'm just happy that you're getting better, man. Like I'm really, really, really happy that things are going in a positive direction for you. So keep going, man. Like that's flipping awesome. Wow, 5K sounds awful. I thought our 9 p.m. curfew was bad. So in the Netherlands, Riley, you guys have a 9 p.m. curfew. My goodness. Wow, things are so different in every single country. Like this, I just wish we could all just follow one thing as a nation. We could be just done with this thing. Oh my gosh. Ashling O'Brien. Yep, in Ireland, we're a 5K limit. Only essential workers are meant to be traveling to work. Most retail still closed. Yeah, so the video that came out today, if you guys have seen it, I was working, and as I was filming, there was a couple of points that I filmed while I was working. I had to go to a grocery store because I needed to eat something, but I didn't want to eat any of the junk food because all we seem to have is like McDonald's and all of these other junk food places. It's crazy. So I had to go to a grocery store to try to find some healthy food, which I did. But again, it was like a ghost town in a lot of ways. Like you walked in and there was like 5 people in the whole entire store, right? And then I'd go out to go show properties, and I'm driving through Barrie, Ontario, which is just north of Toronto by like 45 minutes or so, or maybe an hour, all depends. And as I was driving through the downtown, all I saw was boarded up windows, right? Out of business for lease, out of business for lease, out of business for lease. That's all I was seeing all the way through this downtown corridor. It was heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. And even these big box stores like Costco and the big grocery chains, right? Even the government's been cracking down on them to follow certain guidelines because before they really weren't, there wasn't a whole lot of guidelines to follow and it was packed inside. But now they've really spaced things out. So they're following proper guidelines because they've been fined. So these are the things that are kind of going on that I was seeing on yesterday while I was working. It's crazy, but I don't know. It is what it is. Yes, fines are in place. Yeah, I think our fines are. I think it's $750 if you're caught. Trying to remember what the fines were. If you were in a group of more than so many people, there was a $750 fine. And there's a number of other fines, but because I'm an essential worker, I haven't really kind of followed up on those because I don't really do much. The only people I see is my family, clients when I see them, but they drive in their own car. And when I do see them, we're apart and masks and hand sanitized. And seriously, I feel like a doctor. But yeah, that's kind of what we've been going on. It's sure been a long, so she's been running. It's sure been a long 2 to 4 week lockdown, and the virus is done for a period. Yeah, and it's amazing. Then it just kind of comes back again. And why can't it just go? Like, why can't I just, I don't know. I mean, it's impacting on so many different people on so many different levels. And I understand why we're doing the things we have to do because, oh, by the way, my father-in-law is good. He doesn't have it. All is good. If you guys were watching last week, you may have remembered he was going in for a test and he's perfectly fine. So no worries on that front. He's being bunkered down in his house. He doesn't leave. He's like, I don't even know how I would have got it in the first place because he doesn't leave. Anyways, it is what it is. This thing is crazy. And then the variant is going nuts in here as well. Like there's been a couple of outbreaks that have had it. So again, it's happening everywhere still, right? And now we're going into March. So hopefully one day we can put this to rest and we can get back to a point where we can all just get together and congregate and be happy to run in a race with everybody else. It would be so, so, so awesome. It would be nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, it's my father-in-law is good. I'm happy. Thanks for that, everybody. I do appreciate it. It's been crazy times, but I'm still going strong. I can't even go. Okay, so check this out. I can't even go to the barn where my wife and my daughter have their horse. I can't even go. I haven't been able to be. I can't remember the last time I went. So I'm not even allowed to drive even onto the property. So I can't go there. So there's all these things. I mean, I can't even run. I got to go out and I have to walk. I do run after curfew. I don't have time on weekdays to go earlier. It's worth the fine. And I don't meet a single soul on those runs. Luckily, the only time I was stopped by a cop, he let me off. It's funny. I don't see anyone when I go out. Like when I go out in the morning, there's nobody. There's nobody out there at all. And I walk on a sidewalk and then I walk on the road. And then most of my stuff is out in the country. Like I don't see anybody. I mean, I see horses and cows and then a couple of subdivisions I kind of go through. But yeah, there's nobody ever out. Nobody ever out. It's flipping quiet like I've never seen. And it's disconcerting because, like I said, I have a lot of runner friends and they're all just doing the same thing. Like they're not around and they're all quiet. So everyone is, it's all just so quiet. Oh my gosh. I get a couple of questions here on Facebook. Nigel was saying, I volunteer in a mass vaccination center in Plymouth, UK. The rollout is going really well. Hope we can return to, hold on, normal ASAP. Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice. I'd be so happy. And I'm sure the rest of the world would be. Yeah, Facebook. If you're on my Facebook group, this is what it looks like out my window where I am. How do I switch my camera around? Oh my gosh. I don't even know what button I pressed. See, that's the problem when you're doing too many things at once. I have to flip the camera. There we go. There we go. Okay. All these crazy things. What do we got going on? Cliff. The UK had a lot of bad press and TV last week for runners in masks. Yikes. It's no good. I guess when you're in the UK, when there's so many people, like in London, let's use London as an example. I mean, there's millions of people in a city and everyone's like sardines. And where do you go to get out for a little bit of exercise? And everyone's probably thinking the same thing, that they want to get out as well. And before you know it, now all the people are like on the streets and stuff. And it's hard to it's got to be hard. It's got to be hard. KK was saying better lockdowns than being one out of the 535,000 dead in the US. Yes, I agree 100%. Absolutely. It's my heart. I just look at that number, and honestly, I'm an emotional guy. And I look at that number and I literally tear up, because that's like taking where I was yesterday. Barry's a little bit bigger than that, than the number on the screen there. The whole city dead, passed away. I can't imagine. Imagine driving into a city and all of a sudden there's nobody there, and you look around and just like bodies everywhere. That's that number on the screen. That's what it represents. That, to me, my heart is broken when I see that. So yeah, we all got to do what it is we got to do, right? Clan said, been shielding for the second time since, oops, hold on a second. I got too many things happening. Since January 6th. Very cool. Shielding. She's been out running. Yes, agreed. Proud member of the stay-at-home club. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Cliff says, I'm high risk, so I've been putting in loads of miles on my treadmill in the last year, just waiting for the second jab. Yeah, we got to do what it is we got to do, right? We literally hunker down. I've never spent so much time at home. I'm an extrovert, and I literally want to be outside. I want to be with people. But I'm nowhere. I'm not around any friends. Honestly, I don't know what I would do without being able to tune in to chat with you guys on a Sunday. It's like therapy for me, right? I'm not kidding. It's awesome, right? Absolutely awesome. Cuddles, I agree. KK, yeah, absolutely. Michael was saying, I don't get that on Strava people still post group running photos. Don't they realize the frustration it causes us lone runners? I miss my running buddies. Okay, fist bump, high five. Absolutely, I agree with you. It drives me crazy too. I want to be running in groups of people. I want to be with people, but I'm not. I'm here. I'm at home with my family, or I will go out for a walk by myself. When I'm finished on our talk today, guys, I'm going for a walk. I'm going out for an hour and a half. I need to get out, and I'm literally, going to walk around my town, right? Put my headphones on, keep my ears warm. I've actually been using, did you guys see the video today where I had these things? These are my wipes. I was wearing these out for my run to keep my ears warm because I couldn't find my hat. So anyways, I wore those, and it was great. It was awesome. I could hear everything that was going on around me. But anyways, the color is a little stylish, don't you think? What is it, pink? A pinkish gold? I don't know. It's all good though. Germany has 73,000 deaths now. I think that's more than the town I grew up in. It blows my mind, and yet people breathe down my neck when I go grocery shopping. You know, one thing I am learning. Okay, one thing I have learned a lot, especially being a public person, having a platform, being able to do what I do, is there's a lot of hate that comes with doing what I do, and sometimes it hurts, and sometimes you don't even see those comments because I don't allow any negative hate on my channel. I don't. It's not something that I like to see, and I think I try to respond in positive and caring ways to help others, because there's a lot of people who are going through problems in life. We don't know what they go through, right? And they lash out. They judge other people. They throw all kinds of stuff, out there, and they're lashing out because they don't have anyone to talk to. They're sad. They're scared. They're upset. They're misinformed. Whatever it is, right? And everyone's having this experience alone, but yet together at the same time. It's really weird. And so one thing I'm learning, trying my best, is to be non-judgmental. And it's very, very difficult, especially when I see some of the things that go on out in the online world. But I do my best to lead with a caring heart, a giving hand, and treat people as if I was actually talking to them in person. And I hope that comes across when I talk to all of you guys and when I respond to you. Like when I respond, everything comes from a caring heart. And I just wish that we could see that worldwide, right? Even to the trolls who post nasty things on social media and everything else. Maybe they're just hurting. Maybe they just don't have anybody to talk to. I don't know. But yeah, we're all having a tough time, right? Lone runners, alone together. Exactly. Right. Exactly. For every kilometer I run, I think about you guys. I think about what you're doing in your lives, where you are in your world, right? If Cliff is on his treadmill running in his gym, does he have me up on his screen? Is he watching a video of me talking about something? Because he showed me a picture of that a little while ago. Like, is he doing that, or is he tuning into the news to see what's happening, or what, you know what I mean? Like, or Cuddles is in South Africa and watching the news, or is out running, right? Or is Cindy out there, doing her run, and is she worried about, her friends? I mean, just all these things go through my head when I'm out there, when I run, or when I'm out for a walk. I think about you guys. So I just thought I'd share that with you, right? Because it is what it is. Cindy's like, the pink headphones are great. I like those. Actually, I want to show you something else. Like, do you guys have, and this is going to be hard to see, okay, but do you guys have, so this is like a running belt, right? I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like a running belt. It just slides, right? Just slides up on your waist. And then there's these little kind of pockets. You can't even see, right? But anyways, like little pockets all the way around. This whole thing is like one big pocket, and I can put things in and slides on. So anyways, I had a friend, or actually I had a neighbor. She actually did a lot of Amazon reviews, and this is some of the leftovers that she had. So she goes, I know you're a runner, Dave. Why don't you take one of these? So anyways, I was trying this on, and it's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. Put it on, and I can put the GoPro in here. I can put in my wallet. I can put in my key. I can put it's like having one big pocket that goes right around. It's kind of neat. Anyways, that's what this thing is. But yeah, it's a neat little thing. All right, guys. Well, listen. That's hold on a second. Clan was saying that's a flip belt. Yes, he loves his. That's very cool. They were saying, I always have you up on my screen when I'm on a treadmill, Dave, especially now. I've been finishing watching Bridgerton. Oh, very cool. Very, very cool. Have you guys watched Downton Abbey? I'm sure you've all known about Downton Abbey. Anyways, we watched it, and I'm thinking about watching it again. I thought that was a flippin' amazing show. And because I have roots in the UK, I just love looking back at all the, how things were done back in the day. Very, very cool. I love that show. Saw the movie, and I think that they're thinking about coming up with another one. I think that's what my wife was saying. But I love Downton Abbey. Very, very cool. It's one of the shows that I really, really like. And then I've got a bunch. I don't know if you guys are into like U.S. politics or anything like that, but I've watched one on Netflix. It was called Vice, and it was talking about Vice President Dick Cheney. Oh my gosh! Like, talk about revealing. And again, I don't know how true it is, but maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm not too sure. But it was on Netflix, and I watched it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was insane. I could not believe what goes on in politics. And I was like, wow. Anyways, it was called Vice. I'm not going to tell you anything. You'd have to watch it for yourself. But anyways, it's definitely something that I just watched the other night. Be the Tortoise. Evening all. Hey, good to have you here. And I was literally, what I was going to do was I was going to start to wrap it up. But if you guys wanted me to keep going, if you guys have anything else you want to talk about, we can. It's 3:15 here. But I don't know if we should continue to go or not. So maybe I will wrap it up here. But anyways, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Thanks for watching all the videos I put out there and liking, commenting, and doing all that fun stuff. It really does mean a lot. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that your running is going well. And but yeah, so I mean, definitely thanks. Michael was saying, thank you for another nice session. This will get me through a few more long runs. Oh, very cool. Julie, Julie's here. Oh my gosh. Hey, Julie, how are you? David, you need to watch The Crown. Absolutely. You know what? I thought about watching The Crown. My wife has watched The Crown, and she said that I should watch it as well. I just haven't gotten there yet. So, but yeah, I kind of forgot about that. And Kay says, bye. Oh, hold on a second. I was wondering where you were. See, everyone was looking out for you, Julie. She's probably running. I agree, The Crown for sure. And bye. And Julie is here. Yes, and Julie was here. She is here. Get out and walk, Dave. Yes, absolutely. I will certainly do that. Thanks for the nice stream. I hope to catch up next one too. See you and happy running. Cuddles was wondering where you were, Julie. Everyone was wondering where you were, Julie. It's nice to have you here on watching one more time. Anyways, guys, listen. Bye for now. We will see you, I guess, on Thursday when the next video drops. Have a good one. And like I always say, get out and walk or run or whichever you can do. Oh, wait a second. Julie, oh, man. Okay. So I was watching on my TV, so I couldn't comment. Thanks, Dave. All the best. Be safe. Thanks, everybody. Okay. Now let's all say it together. Ready? On the count of 3, type it in. Type it in on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Get out and run. See you, everyone.